Well, as the world waits to see if Vladimir Putin decides to take military action against Ukraine, Ukrainian soldiers who've spent years fighting Russian-backed separatists are preparing for a whole new war. The conflict in the Donbass region began in 2014 and ground to a stalemate after a year of intense fighting. An estimated 14,000 people have died in the war, and it still claims lives every month. SBS Chief International Correspondent Ben Lewis has visited the front line to speak with troops about the new battle that could soon begin in the region.
The roads are icy, but no one drives slowly here. A slow target is easier to hit. We're on our way to the front line of an almost 8-year-long war, which could be about to erupt once again. The car only goes so far. Then it's a few hundred metres on foot. Our chaperone from the Ukrainian army wanted to show us something on the way. An unexploded mortar shell from a previous round of clashes.
This one came from 3 kilometers, nearby 3 kilometers.
The battle between Ukrainian forces and the separatists on the other side of the contact line is trench warfare in the literal sense. It looks like the set of a World War I film. Positions for spying on the enemy are timber boxes. The Russian-backed separatists are about 1.5 kilometres in that direction. It's close enough for both sides to be able to see each other clearly, and they've been here for so many years. They know each other's movements, their patterns.
Бродили туди-сюди по своїх позиціях. Це що й ми спостерігаємо, бродимо. Там і такі вони.
There's supposed to be a ceasefire in effect, but violations on both sides are common. The separatists opened fire on this position earlier in the week.
I am more worried when they keep quiet, because if they quiet, they prepare, and then in few days they can make such a kind of bigger provocation.
Admin was 14 when Russia annexed Crimea and this conflict began. He's now a company commander. He and other soldiers often discuss the current dispute between Moscow and Washington.
Everybody talk about it, but we just prepared and we don't care. We here to protect our country. There is no fear.
Not everyone agrees. Some think fear is healthy to have.
Я трошки, да, боюсь чуть-чуть. Остальні не знаю. Не боїться тільки дурак, я вважаю так. А так, я лично боюсь.
Some troops are stationed here for months. In the depths of winter, it's a particularly gruelling deployment. It pays reasonably well, but for most, it's done out of a sense of duty.
Я ж українець. Хто ж як не ми? Можна так сказати. Ну так, ну а що ще робити? Защищать Украину. Та и все.
While the conditions look basic, and they are, the Ukrainian military is far better trained and equipped than it was in 2014.
Every new month we get new equipment, new uniform, even from other countries. Our army now is a lot better than it was a few years ago.
Yet it is still vastly outmanned by Russia's armed forces. This relatively quiet front line may not remain that way for much longer. In eastern Ukraine, Ben Lewis, SBS World News.